Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Rod Hill coming to you on a Tuesday afternoon from the Portland, Oregon, and Vancouver, Washington area. I think this is correct, my memory. This is the first time this winter season that we've had a broad scale winter weather advisory for potential sticking snow issued for the Portland, Salem, Vancouver areas up and down I-5, basically in Oregon for sticking snow. Now, this is up for mainly the morning hours of your Wednesday. We talked about this yesterday. Here's the watch warning map from the Weather Service. This kind of dark blue, purple shade, I guess it is really, is the winter weather advisory. And areas in here are generally looking for the potential of flurries to an inch or two sticking in the lowest elevations. You get up, I'm looking at my notes, you get up into some of the foothill communities of the Cascades, and now you've got maybe 2, 3, 4 inches of snow potentially. That would be like Sandy up into Welch's and other areas, Sweet Home, for example. Notice you've got this more of a pinkish tone. This is the winter storm warning for the Coast Range. We're up at elevation. We're talking about mainly 1,000 feet and higher. Um, and the two highways that impacts would be Highway 6 and Highway 26 under a winter storm warning for the potential of 4 to 8 inches of snow. There will be some snow in the Cascades, but probably not as much as the Coast Range because the system is going to be weakening as it moves in. And there are more watches and warnings across our two states, and I'll show you that map in just a moment. The setup continues to be what we've been talking about: upper level low, which is cold offshore, dropping a little bit to the south, moving a little bit closer inland tomorrow, and shooting a disturbance or two into our area that should, at the very least, give us more widespread shower activity than we have seen the last couple of days. The last couple of days, the moisture has mainly been rain or snow showers, depending on time of day, along the coast and the Coast Range. We've had, as you know, very little in the valley. This morning, the fact that it was mainly dry and partly cloudy allowed temperatures to hit freezing and into the 20s. And that's why we had so many reports of black ice scattered around the area this morning, including some accidents. Okay. Couple things. These are updates to what I showed you yesterday. This is the update from what's called the Buff Kit model out of Iowa State University. And I've just highlighted on the timeline. This is tomorrow morning. So overnight into tomorrow morning, notice how the lines go up. Here's accumulating snow, 1, 2, 3 inches. So not all of these, but the majority of the models give us at least some sticking snow. Maybe it's flurries to a dusting. You've got I think a majority liking an inch. And then you've got a handful of models liking an inch and a half to two. And then you've got one or two models that go all the way up to three. But clearly, you can see right here, overnight into Wednesday morning, there's something going on where our snow chances really start to jump. I showed you this yesterday. This is the updated model. This is the national blended model, the tabular forecast numbers that come out. So, what I've circled here, this is tomorrow morning. The low temperature for the AM hours in Portland, 31 degrees. The daytime high, 42, kind of where we've been. So if this were exactly right, you'd go, well, hey, we have moisture coming in tomorrow morning. So we'd have snow and then we'd have rain. What I've also circled are the hourly, or excuse me, 3 hourly temperatures. So starting at 10 o'clock tonight, 35 degrees, 34, 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, 34, 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, 34, 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, 37. I talked about this yesterday. All of the previous mornings that had pretty solid cloud, much solid cloud cover, which I do expect tonight, at least from midnight on. The temperature held above freezing. It was, in fact, 34, 36, 37 degrees. So there continues to be a question of what the temperatures are going to be in the morning. It's certainly possible that we get down to 31, 32. And remember, you can have sticking snow become an issue if it's snowing for a period of several hours, even if the temperature is 33, 34, 35. So but that's the big question mark, not the total precept, but where the temperature is going to be in the morning. So we really won't know that until we get up tomorrow morning and we see what's going on. Okay, real quick shout out to the Momentous Wealth podcast. Listen on Apple Podcasts, listen on Spotify. These are investment topics meant to educate you, and you can select from a library of them. So they are my sponsor. I encourage you to check out Momentous Wealth podcast. Okay, want to make the rounds on the National Weather Service homepages. This is out of Portland. This is the map I just showed you. Again, notice how widespread this is, literally from Kelso, Longview, all the way down to Eugene. In purple, you've got the winter weather advisories for anything from a really light dustings of snow, potentially to no more than 3 or 4 when you get up in elevation. And then we've got the winter storm warning for the coast range. We talked about maybe 4 to 8 inches, 1,000 feet and higher, and then winter storm warning for the southern Cascades. Okay, let's go down south to Medford, where they've had some snow, the last couple of days. So heaviest snow again in the Cascades and the Coast Range. That's where you see the winter storm warnings in play. For the city of Medford, I'm just going to click under the winter weather advisory. It shows Grants Pass. In the Grants Pass area, valley floors 1 to 4 inches. You get up into elevations above 2,500 feet. Now you're talking 4 to 9 inches of snow. Let me just go find. Here's the cities of Medford and Ashland. Total accumulation 3 inches. This is up until 7 p.m. this evening. And let's see, a winter weather advisory for 4 a.m. Wednesday to 4 a.m. Thursday. Here's the new one. I'm sorry, this is for tomorrow, Wednesday. 2 to 4 inches, including this is in the Crescent Lake, Diamond Lake area. Is there anything? There's a Siskiyou Summit. This will be in effect until 10 p.m. tonight, 2 to 4 inches. Okay. Let's see here. Do we have any? No? Okay. I don't see anything for Medford tomorrow. That was for today, that snow forecast for Medford. Here's Pendleton, though. This is in effect until 4 a.m. Thursday out of the Pendleton office. The Pine Sun River Sisters, 3 to 7 inches of snow. Okay. All right. Here is the Pendleton office, their homepage. And again, we just talked about Central Oregon getting snow and certainly snow out over the Blue Mountains. Let's see, Hermiston, you got 2 to 4 inches of snow. LeGrand, 3 to 6 inches of snow. So that's getting out into the Blue Mountains. This winter weather advisory in effect until tomorrow morning, could be extended. And then Seattle's office doesn't really show anything. So you folks had the snow earlier in the week, but now this shows you nothing, with the watch warning stopping down in Cowlitz County, basically in Ocean Park area. Okay, here's a satellite picture. Right in here is the cold low. See it spinning. All of these little specks are cold cumulus clouds. Here's the moisture fetch that's been working in the Northern California, mainly Southern Oregon, over into Southeastern Oregon. This doesn't really show up well right now, but I'm tracking. See this little fetch of flow right here? As this low comes south and drops a little bit closer to Oregon, here's Portland, about where my cursor is. There's a couple little disturbances. So on the American GFS model, disturbances, the first one comes in about 1 a.m. tonight. Then there's another one that comes in around 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then that one doesn't really totally clear us until 2 in the afternoon. Now, if the heaviest moisture doesn't come in until 10 o'clock in the morning, we're probably above freezing at that point. And you'd be looking at elevations of maybe 500 feet and higher up in the hills. Here's what some of the model output is. This is the European model. Now, remember that Iowa State buff kit I showed you? It liked the dusting to 1 to 2 inches, with a few of the weather models saying 3, which is the range, I think. A dusting. Let me back up. The range is flurries in the air at lowest elevations, temperatures that never get down to freezing, to a dusting to 1 to 2 inches, and a slighter chance of getting 3 inches of wet snow. European model through 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. This will be what falls in the morning. It's going snow at the coast as much as 3 inches, which they've had, especially up around Astoria and Seaside. This shows 4 inches in the coast range, higher peaks in the coast range, getting more like 6, 7, 8 inches, which is what we talked about. It's showing some scattered light snow of a half of an inch to about an inch up and down the I-5 corridor from Cowlitz County down into Salem, and a little bit better chance of 3 inches of snow once you drop down into Eugene and farther to the south. And then you got the heaviest snow amounts, generally speaking, in Northern California. You've got 15 inches, 9 inches, but a big swath of 3, 4, 5, 6 inches of snow in Central Oregon out across to the east. Okay, that is the European model. Here's what the national blended model shows. Goes to that tabular forecast I showed you. Again, total snow amounts from later tonight through noon tomorrow, 1 p.m. actually. Again, mostly traceable amounts of snow to no more than a half of an inch up and down I-5. There's the snow in the coast range. Light snow amounts at the coast itself. Here's the heavier amounts down in the southern Cascades, 13 plus inches. And then you've got 7 inches out in the blues and a wide swath of snow. So the models themselves are really starting to bite on for their output that we don't get down to freezing. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. All right, city forecast. Let's go around the horn. Here's Medford, 34 degrees right now. 38 tomorrow. Snow showers, then a rain shower mix. Rain on Thursday, 39. You got a dry weekend coming Saturday and Sunday. Cold lows continue in the 20s, even upper teens on Friday. Daytime highs generally around 40 degrees. Okay. Central Oregon, 15 to 34. Chance of snow tomorrow. Accumulation, chance of it. Slight snow chance on Thursday, 16 to 33. It's really cold. Mainly dry on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday at this point. Overnight lows in the teens, 12 on Saturday morning. Well, it's cold, right? Pendleton, what do you got? Overnight lows in the teens to 20 degrees. Daytime highs near freezing. Well, 36 Wednesday, only near freezing on Thursday, Friday, 36 Saturday. But pretty chilly. Ongoing chance of at least some snow in the forecast. And of course, we covered that. Here's Salem. Let's see what Salem says for the morning hours. Let's see. Wednesday, rain, possibly mixed with snow showers, becoming all rain after 2. Snow level rising from 300 feet to 1,200 feet in the afternoon. High of 44. Any accumulation less than a half of an inch. Take all this under advisement, okay? Just because I'm reading it and somebody put it out doesn't mean that's exactly what's going to happen. Here's Seattle. 38 tomorrow. Snow showers likely, then rain showers. Snow chance on Thursday, mainly dry on Friday. Chance of some light moisture that could be snow on Saturday. Again, overnight lows in the 20s, daytime highs in the 30s. Seattle continues to be quite a bit colder than what Portland has been. Here's North Bend. Mid 40s through Friday, upper 40s Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Overnight lows around freezing Friday morning, but a near freezing Wednesday morning. So again, there's a chance of some morning winter precip. Here's Portland's 7-day forecast, courtesy of Hazeldale Tire Pros. By the way, the Coast Range higher cameras still show snow over the roadways. The Cascade passes not picking up much snow. They didn't yesterday. They won't today, but they will get some decent snow tomorrow, maybe 6 inches around Mount Hood. But the passes are still snow covered because it's so cold. ODOT can only scrape them. Wow. Okay. This afternoon, we've actually hit 45 so far. It's been mainly dry, which is what I expected. And then tomorrow morning, let me read you what I wrote. This is my custom work on my weather site that I own, portlandweather.com. So for Wednesday, here's tonight's forecast. Increasing clouds overnight. Possible sticking snow showers depending on ground temperatures. In the morning as widespread precipitation is expected to develop. Tricky forecast. This is Wednesday. Includes a much wetter day. Morning snow showers of possible accumulations of flurries till we got 3 inches at lowest elevations to also getting up into the hills. Look for a wet mix of snow and rain showers during the afternoon with light winds. Total moisture, if you melt everything that falls, up to 2/10 of an inch. Afternoon snow levels closer to 500 feet. So again, unfortunately, everything I talked about yesterday has not changed. It's going to depend on what the temperature is. Now, there's a better chance if you live at 500 feet or 300 feet of being 32 than there is for folks that live in downtown Portland. Um, but the bottom line is get up early in the morning, see what the temperature is, turn on a weather report and see what we've got. The chance of snow is there throughout much of the morning hours. If it's cold enough, it'll stick. 41 tomorrow afternoon's high. Thursday's a day a lot like today, pretty dry with just a chance of some showers around. Right now, I think cloudiness holds downtown Portland above freezing on Thursday, but if there are freezing spots around, there will be more black ice. And then Friday's mainly dry. There's a really light system on Saturday. It may or may not bring us measurable precip. I don't have any over concerns about that right now. Sunday and Monday are all dry. That is your update. Our first winter weather advisories. We are on the watch to see if we get some snow Wednesday morning. I'm Rod Hill. Talk to you soon.